You could raise $1.1 million for your nonprofit with one story. I know because it took me 15 months to do exactly that. And if you give me 2.5 hours, we can bust through the invisible wall that's keeping you from raising all the money you need and craft the story that immediately starts attracting abundant people and resources to your organization. But before we talk about that opportunity, let me give you a little context. My name is Tristan Griffin, and in a decade of nonprofit work, I raised over $2.2 million for my startup nonprofits. I launched a sports camp for people with disabilities that was replicated over 100 times in multiple countries within its first 5 years of launch, and I launched a nonprofit that employs people with disabilities on a farm, through which we raised over $900,000 and hosted over 500 people at an event, all in year one. Now, I'm not saying I'm the perfect fundraiser, but I've learned a lot over my career. And if there's one thing I've learned above all else, it's that story sells in the nonprofit world. Those who tell the story of their nonprofit in a clear, concise, and compelling manner consistently take home the money. It's that simple. And telling your nonprofit story in a way that attracts abundant people and resources to your nonprofit is exactly what I want to teach you how to do in the Nonprofit Boom Story Crafting Challenge. In the Story Crafting Challenge, you'll learn how to, number one, become the type of leader who attracts abundant people and resources to your organization. As a fundraiser, you have to know that people give to people. Of course, you want to have a first-class, world-class organization, but people give to you. And therefore, it's important for you to learn how to attract abundant people and resources to you and your organization. Number two, you'll learn what I call the $1 Million Storytelling Framework. This is the framework that I use to raise over $1.1 million in 15 months for my startup nonprofits. It's a super simple framework, and I'll take you through it from A to Z, and by the end of the challenge, you'll have a clear, concise, compelling story in your hands to take out into your community and network of potential donors. 3, you'll learn the Elephant Framework, and the idea behind this framework is that every potential donor brings with them obstacles to getting involved in your organization. And rather than attempting to remove those obstacles directly with facts and information, we will learn how to remove them indirectly with story. And lastly, I'll give you a secret challenge, right? If you complete this challenge, it will radically change how your organization is perceived by your community of followers, and it will provide immediate benefits to your organization in the form of money and people. So if you want to learn how to leverage the power of story to raise a significant amount of money for your nonprofit, click the link below and register for the Story Crafting Challenge. You see, fundraising is a matter of trust. Most fundraisers are attempting to use facts and information to convince people to donate to their organization, but stories build trust way faster than facts and information. Here's why. Stories show beneath the surface of the storyteller, right? They show what's important to the storyteller without the storyteller saying, this is what's most important to me. For example, when I tell a story about my daughter who has a disability and how challenging this has been for our family, I'm also telling the audience that I love and care deeply for my family. I'm also telling them that I've been through challenging circumstances, and I'm telling them that I've had my heart broken, right? And all of a sudden, I become more human to them, which means I become less salesy and threatening to them, which means that their guard comes down, which means that they're far more likely to get involved with whatever it is I'm asking them to get involved with, right? See, facts and information trigger the logical, rational, and argumentative side of the brain. But the story triggers the emotional side of the brain and pulls down and bypasses those argumentative walls. And this is why, if you want to raise thousands, if not millions of dollars for your nonprofit, you have to become great at storytelling. So again, if you want to become great at storytelling and raise 6 or 7 figures for your nonprofit on a yearly basis, click the link below and register for the Story Crafting Challenge. And while you do that, I'll put some testimonials on the screen so you can hear from others who've engaged with us and have benefited from the Story Crafting Challenge.